For those who are just tuning in, you're listening to Conversations Live. I'm speaking with Jerome Ro Brooks today. You've gotten to know him from various roles, most recently from his role of Michael on the hit show on the Oprah Winfrey Network, The Haves and the Have-Nots. We'll be talking about that here in just a moment. But we've been talking to him about the success, the longevity he's been able to have in bringing various roles to life. And now, of course, to be able to see that payoff, to see the hard work paying off. He was just telling us a little bit about how this all began for him. So it's interesting, when you were talking about the lines and, you thought, you had to be someone special. There is such a, I think, high regard, and I think we kind of see this play out, Jerome, because you guys have all these award shows to show their appreciation of you. There is a high regard for those that are, actors or that do what you do. How did you prepare yourself for that? The way that you saw actors is now the way that people see you. How did you prepare yourself for that aspect of this life of being in the spotlight?
I'm a God-fearing man. Okay, so what I always told myself, first of all, I'm a loving person. I love people. And I always told God that whenever I make it, because I'm going to make it, keep me like I am. I want to remain humble as Jesus was. If he could be humble, then I could stay humble. I want to stay the same guy that people already love, because I know when I get on that side of the fence where it's a lot more going on, a lot more, craziness happening on that side of the fence, I want to still be me to bring my light to a dark arena. And I've always said that daily. And as I walked into it and got closer to it, I remained the same guy. And not success to everybody is a different level. Everybody don't see success the same way. So even when I run into at the early part of my life, when I've done some earlier shows like The Corner or anything like that, and people saw me, they considered that success to them. And I don't look at it like that. I still look at what I do as a job, and I still want to treat you like 100% human, and I want to give you the same love you give me. So it took me a while to really see that people were really accepting me as this talent, but at the same time, I didn't want to take advantage of, the way they felt about me. I wanted to continue to still be me, and that almost turns out to be a shock factor, because people don't expect you to be humble once you're in this business and, doing what you're doing. So that's the approach I took, and it hasn't been hard for me because I've always asked for it.
Got you. Wow. I think there's a lot of people that can learn from that, Jerome, regardless of what profession they're choosing or what their idea of success is. I love the fact that you say that success is different for different people, and that, for you it still is about the journey. It's about the process, and being able to move forward. Yeah, and walking in that. And I think that's a great thing, which I think is a great segue to the haves and have-nots. Now, we got to see you very early on into the second season of this program. Now, of course, we're in season 3, getting ready for the finale here in a few weeks. What was it like for you to step into this big show that really was not only dominating Tuesday night, but really dominating conversations for people? People talk about these characters like they're real people. What was it like for you to be a part of that?
Man, it's been amazing with all capital letters, man. I'm so blessed and humbled, by the love and just the opportunity of working with Tyler Perry, man. He's a genius. And for them to give me the role, man, and I'm just blown away. I'm blown away every day knowing that I'm on such a popular television show that, yes, people do look at our characters as real people, and they treat us like that's who we really are. So I love it. I love it, man. Michael gets so much love on the show. People really care about, how kind he is and how he feels about Hannah, and it's unbelievable. It's really unbelievable what the support that I receive as this character, and what this show has done for OWN, for one, and for us as African Americans. To have, for lack of words, our own soap opera. Yeah. That's what it feels like to me, a nightly soap opera, and it's really huge. So I'm on it, man. I'm still blown away, and I just really appreciate all the fans that tune in and support not only me but the entire show.
Exactly. Well, when you agreed to come on the program, Jerome, I went back and watched, because you can, of course, on demand, watch the previous seasons, and I was looking at the scenes that we've gotten to know you in, and really, it's three different layers we've gotten to see with Michael's character in particular. One, we automatically think of as the grieving grandfather. That's one role that I think a lot of people can kind of relate to. Someone who lost someone tragically, way too soon. But I think what has not gotten a lot of attention, but that I picked up on, especially as it played into this part of the show, and that is season 3, is you're not only a grieving grandfather, but you're playing a character who's dealing with a child that has a drug problem, something that everyone, I think, knows something about. What has that layer been like for you? Because you are really representing what is the plight of a lot of people of different races, of different economic statuses, Jerome, to be able to bring that to life. What is it like for you to kind of bring that layer of not only having a love for a daughter, but then, of course, dealing with her sickness?
Well, like I said, once again, I'm from Baltimore, Maryland, man, and I love my city, but we have a lot of issues with drug abuse in my city. So I've seen it, all my life, and sometimes close to home, So, but I've never seen it, coming from a child of mine or what have you. So when you can see your friend go through the transition of being on top of the world to going to taking and stealing and robbing people and losing hundreds of pounds or what have you and doing anything to get that high, that's one level of emotion that you have. But then when it's your child who does those things, and maybe even more, and this is who you love with everything, who you would give your life for, when it's your own child, and on top of it being my child, my grandchild was murdered because of her mom not being there, not being the mom she was supposed to be. So it was like a double whammy for me, playing, the grandfather and having a daughter who I could possibly lose, and having a granddaughter that I just lost. And those two were my only world. You know what I mean? That was everything that I had. So it's deep. That character is really deep. He has a lot of layers, and it's hard to hold back tears when I do those things because it's so close to home. Like I said, I'm from there. I saw that coming up daily, and it's just so close. And I have daughters. All I have is daughters, and to even think of my daughters going through that just gives me what I need to bring that character across.
Yeah. Well, the third layer that I picked up on, with Michael's character, Jerome, especially we've gotten to see it in this season, and that is, and it's been kind of alluded to even in some of the promo material that Owen has put out there, and that is the relationship with Hannah. Of course, I know you can't tell us anything, but if you want to, you can.
You're good, too. You're good. You're really good.
Well, look, it's, but if you want to let something slip now, we're not going to start down this joker. But, okay, so there's this third layer with Michael dealing with the grief. You have Hannah, who's been dealing with so much stuff that she's been going through. That one scene at her house, where you go in, it looks like you're going to get the kiss, and she stops you. That again, is something, that I know people are wanting to know. I mean, are you going to be the one? Now that we all know that, the detective is not a good guy, people, I think, for some of them are rooting for the detective and Hannah. Do you think now that that's why more people are rooting for Michael to be with Hannah?
Well, I've always, from my side, like through Twitter and the other social networks, I've always seen like the majority of people seem like they were leaning more towards Michael, but I have seen a lot of people also lean towards the detective. So Tyler is such a crafty writer, like you never know with him. You never know. Like, of course, me looking, if I were to look from the outside in, I'm like, okay, now the detective's out of Michael's way. Hannah has a clean path to Michael. She has a clean path. There's nobody else in the way. He's been kind to her. He's been kind to her child, yada, yada, yada. It seems cut and dry. But you you don't know. You have to just watch and see, because he's such a great writer, and he always keeps you on the edge of your seat, and he flips things, and that's why he is who he is. But
right.
I don't know. I believe they will have. I would love them to have a relationship. I don't even know.
Gotcha. Okay,
You know?
that is fair enough. Yeah, that definitely is fair enough, Jerome, and we will definitely be watching on Tuesday nights as we're heading into the season finale to see exactly what happens. We know we have the party coming up for Benny. We'll see if Michael makes an appearance for that. We'll definitely be tuning in. Again, everyone, actor Jerome Ro Brooks has been our guest. Man, I told you, Jerome, it goes by so fast, man. You mentioned social media. That is one of the ways that people do stay connected with you. How can our listeners be able to tweet with you during the program, as well as stay connected with what's coming up next for you?
Okay, well, first and foremost, my Twitter is at Jerome Ro Brooks altogether. Jerome R.O. Brooks, B-R-O-O-K-S. My Instagram is at Ro Brooks _. My Facebook is at Ro Brooks is Today's Leading Man fan page, without an apostrophe S on Today's. So those are the ways that I could be contacted, or you can hit me on my website, which is robrooks.com. I have several projects coming out. I have a film called In Mysterious Ways, where I play opposite Wendy Raquel Robinson. And, that should be out. We don't have a release date on it yet, so I'm thinking it should be out late summer sometime. And I just wrapped a film called The Congregation that I think is going to come out in October this year, and that's playing opposite Cherie Headley. She also plays in The Haves and Have-Nots. You know, she's from the Coming to America.
Exactly, right. You know what? A lot of great things coming up for you. Congratulations to you, man. Again, everyone, robrooks.com, as he mentions, is the website, but make sure you guys are tweeting with him at Jerome Ro Brooks, and then, of course, staying in contact with him on Facebook and also Instagram as well. Jerome, man, it goes without saying, you're welcome back here anytime. I'd love to stay in contact with you and discuss the upcoming projects with you again.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you having me, man. God bless you all, and thank you to all the fans out there.